heard the news. That's good to rockin' tonight. Well, I heard the news. That's good to rockin' tonight. I'm gonna hold my baby as tight as I can. Tonight she'll know I'm a mighty, mighty man. I heard the news. That's good to rockin' tonight.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to this episode of The Daily Sweep. I'm your host, Anthony Longhair Leclair. Did you know that on this day, in 1954, when Elvis Presley had released his Second Son single, he performed for the very first time at the Grand Ol Oprey. Now, the song that he performed was Good Rockin' Tonight, and he played the song with Bill Black and Scotty Moore, and apparently the audience disliked the performance so much, or at least reacted so poorly, that the then manager of the Grand Ol Oprey, told Elvis that he should go back to driving a truck. Obviously, we know he didn't, other than in like one of the 50 plus films that he was in, or whatever the number is, because, he drove trucks and motorbikes and flew planes and helicopters and jumped off of cliffs and got shot and, got into barroom brawls and punched a guy in the chest and killed him and all this, all the ridiculous stuff Elvis did while his manager was taking money from him. But yeah, Jim Denny from the Grand Ol Oprey told Elvis that he should go back to driving a truck. So, good on you, Jim. I think Elvis may have shown you wrong. Regardless, that was on this day in 1954. On this day, 2019, we've got an interesting single that has been released by Nino Bamm, otherwise known as King Kush. Now, if the name doesn't give it away, this is not a folk singer. It's not another alias for Snoop Dogg, but this guy, who is a rapper, apparently cannot stand mumble rap, so that's already a plus in my books. And King Kush has released a new single called Back at It. I don't know how long he was not at it, but yeah, I'll give you a little taste of what we got going on here.
Chasing ass, I was chasing cash, no middleman, running up fast, back for the rappers all understand. Keep a tool, I ain't playing, niggas make the wrong move, then I'm friend. Only move on the bands, all these rappers old news on the man. I'm all about cake, these niggas broke, but they like the cloud chase. Fuck out of my face, still in the streets, but I made it out safe. I had the trap, yay, bought with the blows, I sound like that black gate.
So that's just a little sample that he threw up on Facebook today. I found this on a Toronto listing. I'm not sure if he's from Toronto or not. I went to his Facebook page, and there's not a lot of information, and the link that goes to a mixtape site is not available, so I'm not quite sure where he's from. I'm going to send this episode to him, though, and see if we can connect in one way or another. Also, I want to point out, I don't know if anyone has been listening daily to the Daily Sweep, but if you have, there was an episode 2 episodes ago where we talked about, and Marla the Mouse McCarty was here as well, and we talked about a release called Snakes by Rich Bando. And I got a message this morning on Facebook, no joke, which started with, "You had to know I was coming for you," which at first I was like, who the oh, and then I understood. And then there was a bit of worry, and then I took his laugh after the message as actually jovial. And he was honest with me. He was kind of upset with the way that I criticized his music, and rightfully so. I only have like 10 minutes to rip on someone's music and then say, hey, this is the way it is, but do check it out. So I gave my opinion, and thinking about it, I should have given him more than what I did, because the samples that I had available to me are only a few seconds long each for each song. So we're going to be setting up an interview, and that's going to be an episode that's coming up on Swept Up. So do look out for that, because it'll be really interesting to get his side of the story based on how Marla and I took some of the lyrics right out of the gate from his new release. So that'll be interesting. But back to King Kush. There are also several other musicians called King Kush, which is not really all that surprising. There's a King Kush 8786 on Reverb Nation who's putting out different rap music. So trying to find other stuff and information specifically about him, and then if you search King Kush online, you get way more shit than you do about actual product than you do about rap. So hopefully, reaching out to King Kush, I will get a bit more of an insight to what's going on with his music. That being said, we're also going to report on something else today. It's going to be a little late, but at least you'll be able to check it out. It's going to be a little late for you musicians tonight, but in the future, because the post was just made today, there's a brand new open mic night in the Beaches in Toronto at a bar called The Cut. Now, obviously, those of you tonight will not likely be able to sign up, but it's every Wednesday, so do go out. Sign up starts at 7 p.m., and then the show runs from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. So you should still be able to catch some music tonight if you head out now. And if you don't, then fine, don't. But do know there's a new open mic set up in Toronto, so do go out there. It's on Queen Street East, so it's right on transit, so you may as well go if you're doing the circuit. And yeah, so again, sign up happens at 7 p.m. and the open mic kicks off at 8 and ends at 11. So those of you who want to check out what this new venue or what this new open mic is at this venue, then check out The Cut and check out their open mic nights on Wednesdays. So get on out there and play some of your own music or whatever covers you're working on, I guess, and check out some upcoming talent. And otherwise, that is your daily sweep for the day. We'll dig back into the broom closet and sweep out whatever we can from under the rug tomorrow. But suck it to the old manager of the Grand Ol Oprey. Elvis obviously did a kick-ass job. Cheers, shout out to King Kush, whichever King Kush this one is. Hopefully we can get him on here as well to talk about his music. And shout out and half apologies to Rich Bando and our very early, perhaps misguided commentary on your music. I can't wait to hear your side of things and what the meaning is behind your music. Yeah, I'm actually very interested to know, just from our cursory listen, what we thought and how that compares to what your actual intention is for the music. Yeah, and hopefully we get that from King Kush as well. That'd be quite great. Especially saying King Kush, it's a lot harder to understand what it is that he's saying. And I know that he, at least according to the picture on his Facebook page, is really not a fan of mumble rap. And he's not mumbling; he's just going fairly quickly. And so I'd love to be able to get a better scoop of what's going on with that music. But until then, have a good night, everybody. Or morning or afternoon or wherever you are. And yeah, we'll sweep some more stuff out from under the rug tomorrow.